Alrighty, and we are live from Estes Athletic Center on Dale Travis Court as the Trinity Episcopal Titans take on Life Christian Academy. I am Ryan Lloyd, joined here by Ben. How's it going?
I'm doing well. Just our JV team just got a win against these guys, but it was definitely not easy. So I'm hoping we can do the same here.
Yep. And it looks like we're getting ready to do the national anthem. So we will take a short break. But until then, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Trinity recently lost to Woodbury Forest yesterday at Woodbury by 19. So I definitely think Coach Blazer is going to come into this wanting to get a solid win to kind of rebound from the past game. And it looks
Absolutely.
like the national anthem is about to start. We will be right back. Alrighty, we're back. Thank you for being patient. And now, the starting lineups. Ben, before we get the starting lineups, anything you're interested in seeing tonight that you saw in the JV game that you think will be applied here?
They're a very physical team. As you can see, they have a lot of big, physically imposing guys, but
Yep.
lots of senior.
So on the Life Christian Academy roster, you got Huda Egbo. He's a senior at 6'8", number 4.
Yeah.
You have number 15, Amari Gray, senior, 6'2". Senior, number 21, Jaden Jeffrey, 6'5". And lastly, for the Life Christian Academy starting roster, we got number 30, Jamari Garnett. He's a junior at 6'3". And the Trinity roster. Starting. Same Titan starting roster, I think it's been all year. Davion Brown, the freshman, number 4. Number 10, Alex Chaikin. Undeniable from beyond the three-point line. One of our 2 senior co-captains, Leland Coleman. Our second co-captain, Luke Fisher. And number 22, Mason Jenkins. Like I mentioned earlier, it's the same starting roster as we've seen the Titans go with pretty much all year.
At first, there was a little bit of fluctuation in that lineup, but I think this has become a really good, solid one.
Yeah. I think originally they had Trey Coles in there.
Yeah, they
And
did.
he was starting for a while, and then I think he got sick, missed a few games, and the Titans started to really pick up some momentum starting at the Travis Dale Invitational, and
Absolutely.
they've stuck with this roster ever since, and I think it's done pretty good for them. They've been really doing well recently, with the exception of that Woodbury game yesterday.
I think a big part of what you were talking about is Trey Coles being moved to the six-man position. He's really been able to thrive there, being able to be the point guard.
Mm-hmm. And we have tip off. It's going to be caught by Luke Fisher. He's going to set the offense. Life Christian in a man-to-man defense.
Good move by Luke.
Out to Davion Brown. Back to Luke Fisher, and he go for the layup, and he makes it. So the Titans strike first. Just absolutely. Luke Fisher, just one of those players that can really do it all, can nail a three when you need him to, can make a tough elbow shot from anywhere, and then just make an excellent drive and put some good layups in.
Trinity's really been great starting out the game. I think the first quarter has been one of their strongest, but it's just a matter of keeping it up, especially Luke Fisher getting off to a strong start.
Number 11, Terry, on his shot for Life Christian Academy is going to be off. Alex Chicken pass to Mason Jenkins is going to be missed. Davion Brown tipped the rebound, but it's going to be Life Christian's ball.
Mason Patrick.
That's right. Patrick. Mm-hmm. Life Christian now bringing up court. Shot just missed by number 21, Jaden Jeffrey. And they'll get another crack at it.
I noticed that we were seeing some press from Trinity, which they really don't normally come out running, but it seems like they're trying to be aggressive at the start of this game.
Mm-hmm. Three-point shot is good for number 15, Amari Gray. And Life Christian Academy will take the lead 3-2. We're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And now Alex Chaikin with the ball for the Titans. Ooh. He's going to pass it to Leland Coleman, but Leland's not going to get it. And number 21, Jaden Jeffrey, the senior, will pick up his first points of the night with a dunk. Chaikin with the ball again. He's going to pass it to Leland.
Good take.
And looks like he's going to draw a foul. So Leland will come to the line. First free throws of the night.
Is of course still a very close game, but the Titans offense has been pretty ISO heavy thus far.
Mm-hmm. Coleman's first shot will be good. After last year, I think Coach Blazer, one of his emphases for this year was the importance of free throw shooting. The Titans lost a lot of really close games last year. That could have really gone either way, just based off of probably way more missed free throws than should have happened. And you'll see Leland miss that one, but then it is tipped in by, I think, Davion Brown was the final Trinity player to get a touch on that. It's going to be a double dribble and Titan ball. Luke Fisher will take the ball up the court.
Impressed by both teams so far.
Mason Patrick.
Good pass.
Up and down by Leland. It's just going to be a Life Christian's ball, and as we're tied 5-5. And like you mentioned earlier, Ben, the Titans and Life Christian Academy both in a full court presses. They're just trying to stifle any momentum and offense that the other team can get.
Yeah, Trinity's running a man full court, but
Great rebound there by Leland Coleman.
they get strong.
Mason Patrick will get the offensive rebound. As Leland passes out to Alex Chaikin, his three-point shot just off and rebounded by the Life Christian. Loose ball. It's going to be initially Life Christian. And number 11, Terry I'm so sorry, folks, about some of these names. Pro Issy Jr., the senior, is going to hit that shot. And Luke Fisher's layup will be no good.
I mean, that possession before by Life Christian is.
Oh.
Nice. Good job, Leland.
And Trinity will draw a charge. Great job by Leland, staying in a solid position, and he's able to get that charge, and it'll be Titan ball.
Like I was saying, though, just about that last possession, something that Trinity really can, I think, be better at just being the first on the floor. We're just out-efforted there by Life Christian.
And the first sub of the game for the Titans, Shalik Montgomery will come in for Luke Fisher. We're just seeing this constant physical play by both teams as they just full court press and just are allowing no space. Great job by Davion Brown there. He's going to get a tiny piece of that, and it's going to intercept what would have been probably a short bucket for Life Christian. And Trinity's going to be able to get the ball. Great job. Davion Brown, not only we've seen him on the court be phenomenal all year, and he's a great football player as well, and that just athleticism, it's very apparent when you watch him play both football and basketball, and there's no better place than you can see him being able to just get up and down the court constantly and do anything that this team requires of him.
Absolutely. I don't think it's outlandish to say he's not necessarily the most skilled player thus far. He isn't still very, very young. He just turned 15, but just his pure athleticism and his hustle has been great for this Titan team.
Quick reach foul by Life Christian and on to Alex Jakin. It's going to be Life Christian's third foul, so quickly getting some fouls. Definitely think something that I'm sure head coach Brandon Jones will look to stay away from. As you know, we talked earlier about the Titans putting an emphasis on shooting free throws. They've gotten much better at doing that, and just chipping away 1 point here, 1 point there can make a difference, especially in tight games like, you know, Ben, your JV game was a very close game going into overtime, and you guys pull it out. And that just shows those little points add up very quickly.
Absolutely. It's been a physical game so far, and I think the refs are doing a pretty good job of handling it, but a few more fouls here and there wouldn't be terrible either. Talik's Montgomery.
Go ahead.
Talik's Montgomery defense has just been incredible for this year.
I completely agree. Talik, while he may not be as offensive skilled, and he doesn't have the technical shooting of Alex or Luke or the size of Leland, but on defense he's just completely locked down, and he'll do anything that you require.
Absolutely. Strong take by Leland Fisher there. Oh, Leland Coleman. Sorry about that.
Yep. So Leland will come to the line for the second time tonight. It's going to be the fourth team foul onto Life Christian, and about just over the first 5 minutes of the game. Leland's first shot, just off.
I mean, that's probably been the biggest knock on his game, just his free throw shooting, but he has worked very, very hard on it over the offseason.
2 more subs will come in for the Titans. Luke Fisher checking back into the game, as well as Trey Coles checking into the game for the first time. They will both take out Alex Chaikin and Davion Brown, respectively. You know, we talk a lot about Alex Chaikin's shooting ability, which is, you know, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think Trey Coles is a phenomenal shooter as well, as Life Christian's 3-point shot will be off. It was attempted by number 30, Jamari Garnett.
He really is, absolutely. Pulled up by Leland. Oh.
Titans are Mason Patrick. His first foul. It's not coming up on the scoreboard. I think he believe they stepped out, so it's going to be Life Christians a ball.
Trey Ferguson is going to be getting his first minutes of the night, and he spells Leland Coleman.
Foul on the Titans. Their second team foul.
That's going to go on Trey Ferguson, who phenomenal football player and just an incredible hustler on the basketball court, but he definitely gets his fair share of those physical fouls, which is great for the Titans. But
and as Amari Gray puts in his first 3, I think a stark contrast to Leland, who he just took out. You take a little, not that Leland isn't aggressive, but he's not as aggressive as Trey Ferguson is, and you trade a little bit of that aggressiveness for height with Leland.
Absolutely. And I think it's just a different type of aggressiveness, just because Leland's aggressiveness really comes on the offensive side, while very similar to like Talik Montgomery, Trey's not the most offensively skilled guy, but he'll hustle for your team all the time.
And we'll see Alex Chaikin come back into the game, but it's going to be all Mason Patrick on that. Just brilliant drive and a great layup, left-handed finish. Mason, a sophomore, bright future ahead of him, especially if he keeps playing at the level that we've seen him play at all year. Life Christian, it'll be number 30, Jamar Garnett. His 3-pointer will be off, so will Alex Chaikin's, but Trey Cole gets the rebound, and his layup is off. It was tipped out, so it is going to be Titan ball again. As we'll see Leland Cole come back in for Trey Ferguson.
I think that's something that Coach Blazer does a great job of. I mean, that's most definitely an offense-defense switch, and he knew exactly when to pull Trey. Good pull up there by Alex Chaikin.
And we're 7 minutes into this first quarter, and pretty low-scoring game. The Titans with 9 points, and Life Christian holding a 1-point lead as they will just extend it to 4 points as they drain a 3-pointer.
Yeah, no team has come out heavily firing, but it seems like it could be a dogfight all the way through. They're both two physical teams, and they won't give up. Wow.
Oh, what a play. Wait.
And they're going to call a charge on that.
Mason Patrick with just a charge onto.
Yeah, he can jump out of the gym, though. He is not afraid to take the ball in at all.
So, Life Christian will get the ball with just over 30 seconds left in the quarter. Expect them to run the clock probably all the way down just to make sure the Titans don't get a possession in this first quarter.
Something I really like about this Titan team in particular, as opposed to last 2 years, is just the defensive effort.
Great example as we see Leland with a phenomenal block on the shot, and the Titans are going to get a chance to go. Leland Coleman and his layup will be good, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Life Christian Academy with a 2-point lead. They're sitting at 13 points, and Trinity has 11. Low scoring game, I gotta say.
I
We've
mean,
seen.
I don't think it's going to be a super explosive or high-scoring game just because if you look at the layout of both of these teams, they have a lot of defensive-minded players, and it's been working for each of them to keep it a close game, but I think it's going to stay that way throughout the night.
I agree. I think no better an example of that is, especially early game, I think it's kind of teetered off a little bit in the past couple minutes, but both teams starting in a full court press, which just you're going to expend just more energy on the defense, keeping people from scoring. You're going to lower your opposing team's scoring when you're there, but you also hinder your offensive capabilities because your players are going to be a little bit more tired because they're exerting more effort, trying to keep the ball further away from your own basket.
I mean, these are two very deep teams, though. They're both able to go all the way empty through their bench, and there's not much fall off in production or effort.
And we're going to get some quick stats. Shout out to David Jennings for being our stat man, as well as
Daniel Adams.
Daniel Adams, our producer for tonight. And for the Titans, looks like Davion Brown and Alex Chaikin, as well as Luke Fisher, all going to be tied at 2 points, with Leland Colvin leading the way at 3 and Mason Patrick with 1. So Alex Chaikin with a deep 3.
Wow.
Phenomenal shot by Alex. Just his ability to drain threes from anywhere on the court is unbelievable, and you see him with barely any space, getting his shot off, and more times than not it just goes straight in, not even touching anything.
Wow.
Just all around great job by
Judah Egbo right there with just a very physical play. And I'm a big Leland Coleman fan, but wow. Yeah, he's listed at 6'8", just a big physical guy. And I'm a big fan of Leland Coleman, but one of the big knocks against his game is just his physicality. He's not one of the more physically imposing players in terms of his frame, but he uses everything. Wow.
Great job by Talik Montgomery on that block. It's going to roll off for a Life Christian ball, but just great job by Talik to deny the original shot.
Just to finish my thought there, but just he's able to use his frame, but if there's a big physically imposing guy like that, he does have some weaknesses in the paint. You see Egbo again, almost with the putback slam there.
A missed dunk by Hugo Egbo, the senior, and
Life Christian's going to call a timeout here.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. I think they just missed, 2 shots, and I think they were pretty lucky in getting the possession after that. I think the call definitely could have gone either way, and it does go in Life Christian's favor, and they're gonna be able to get the ball. And looks like they're gonna try and set up a play and kind of reset. They do have a 1-point lead, 15-14, and expending that first time out. We especially we put an emphasis in the last game, the last home game against St. Christopher's, saving those timeouts for the fourth quarter when it's a tight game. You need the time to go and drop a play and calm down and get nerves, and keeping those final 2 or 3 timeouts is just crucial. But expending one here, 2.5 minutes into the second quarter is totally acceptable, and I think it's a good call by Brandon Jones, the head coach.
Especially in a game like this where it's just been so grit and grind so far. To save those timeouts like you were saying, man.
Yeah.
Good move.
Shot slightly missed by Life Christian gonna draw a foul, and sorry, I was looking for the name of the player on Life Christian, and unfortunately, this roster was given to us without numbers, so we had to kind of look up the numbers on our own. And yeah, number 25 is number 25 for Life Christian. We don't have a name for, but we do have a name for Judaya Edbo, who just nailed his first free throw, and he'll come to the line again.
He's been a problem thus far for the Titans. I mean, I think our biggest guy is probably Colin Etzel, number 40, sitting on the bench right now, but that physically imposing is hard to guard.
Yeah. Luke Fisher is going to give it to Leland. Ken's just going to pass it out around outside.
Good pass.
Trey Coles, phenomenal pass to Davion Brown. His shot will be blocked, but it will be Titan ball.
I mean, as everybody watching can see, this has been a very physical game so far. And the refs are definitely letting him play, which I think is good.
I think in terms, honestly, any sport, as long as the refs call it consistently, I'm totally okay with a physical game. And
wow.
Number 21, Jaden Jeffrey, come down with clinical dunk after kind of a missed pass by the Titans. Now Leland with the ball, driving. His shot just off. Leland doing a great job to get that. Davion Brown gets the rebound, but it just comes off, and Life Christian's going to take advantage of a bobbled ball as they start up their offense again.
It's been a very frantic game so far for both sides. Nobody's really been able to gain composure quite yet, but
Leland Coleman going to commit his second foul of the night. It's going to be the 5th team foul for the Titans, and Leland's second. And I know we talked about probably halfway into the first quarter, the Life Christian already having 4 team fouls. Yeah. And they haven't committed a single one since that happened, keeping no fouls for the past 6 or 7 minutes.
They've played a good game so far, definitely, especially Judah Egbo at the line as Colin Etzel checks in. I'm sure he'll spell Leland just to pick him up.
Coach Blazer obviously wanting to keep Leland out of foul trouble. He's such a good player, and keeping him in the game is absolutely crucial. And Colin Etzel, I think maybe an inch or so taller than Leland. So.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. If they're standing side by side, I'd almost give him 2 or 3 inches. Colin's a big guy.
Yeah. And I think Colin will be put on number 4.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. You talk about him being 6'8" and Colin being probably 6'8", 6'9". Colin's shot, first shot is going to be blocked. But and I think standing on the court, I think Colin probably has an inch or so on Judah. So just going to see how he does. Great job on that rebound. Alex Jenkins passes out to Luke Fisher, and it's going to come back to Alex. Alex's layup is going to be off the side as Life Christian will shoot another three-pointer, and number 15, Amari Gray, will get his, I think, third three-pointer of the night. So he's been phenomenal. He's a senior, 6'2", and his ability to shoot has been phenomenal tonight. And
I think it's a good timeout call by Coach Blazer there. And as we see, as Leland came out of the game really does feel different when his presence isn't there. I mean, although Colin is a more physically imposing guy, people are a lot less likely to challenge Leland in the paint. So just his presence out there really takes away a big facet of the game for the other team.
And Live Christian is going to jump out to the biggest lead of the game so far. They're up 9 points, 23-14. Definitely not the start that the Titans wanted. But I think at this, we're about 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. We're, I think, just going to see what the game plan is here. I know Coach Blazer just called that timeout. Alex Chaikin's pass to Luke Fisher is tipped, but they are going to keep possession of the ball. That full court press is on display. And it's going to be a push in the back. So Titans will get the ball on the inbound.
They pick up their fair share of fouls doing it, but this physical defense has really been a problem for the Titans. I mean, as we've seen quite a few times now. Davion Brown missed a pass to Connie Netzel. Luke Fisher missed a pass to Davion. So it's definitely flustered the Titans defense, and I think they just need to take a deep breath and settle down. So good take.
Trey Coles' shot will be slightly off. Great rebound by Trey Coles. This pass it out to Trey Ferguson, but his pass intended for Luke Fisher is going to be cut off.
Connie Netzel may have gotten away with the foul, but he definitely will complain about that.
And Colin is going to be taken out as we see sophomore Mason Patrick checking back into the game. I think he's been out for a couple minutes now.
Yeah, this is a small lineup that Coach Blazer will sometimes run. He'll primarily run Mason Patrick at the 5, which he's had definitely some good success with.
Great effort by Trey Ferguson to keep that ball in. His shot, Trey Coles' shot will be missed, but Davion Brown on the rebound, and he will easily put that open layup in. Great rebound by Mason during this layup. His pass to Luke Fisher. Luke's going to drive. Great job by Luke. The Titans will cut the lead to 5 points. I've seen them go on a four-point run.
I think something we've seen so far is just Live Christian's weaknesses in the transition defense. I think Egbo's a great paint defender, but if they don't have him there, there's not much resistance. Wow.
Yeah. Great job by number 21, Jaden Jeffries. His layup. Trey Ferguson's pass to Davion Brown is going to be tipped, and Trinity going to lose possession.
It's been a really physical game on both sides, but the refs are calling it consistently.
And Alex Chaikin is going to be checking back in the game, as well as Carter Schuma, who will come in for the first time tonight. Carter, a senior. I think he's been on the team for a while. He's very athletic, very good. Provides a little bit bulkier of a frame, and I think he's going to be here that can help out the Titans on the defense side of things. He's definitely capable of doing so.
Good defense by Mason Patrick there. Just staying straight up.
Alex Chaikin will take the ball. His pass to Mason Patrick, and just Mason with a great layup.
Their chemistry is really one of the highlights of this year for the Titans, I think. Mason Patrick's a transfer this year, but it seems like he and Alex Chaikin have been playing together for a long time.
Number 5, Brian Mitchell shot airballed. Wow. Titans with the rebound. It's going to be a reach on Live Christian. We have 2 minutes left in this first half. Leland Coleman coming back into the game for Carter Shuma. After, Leland was taken out a few minutes ago to hopefully keep him out of foul trouble, and I think we're going to see him come back in. There's not a ton of time left in this second quarter, and Carter Shuma, after his brief stint, will come off.
This is the one.
Come back onto the bench, excuse me.
This is one of the times that I think Leland Coleman can really affect the game very heavily on the offensive side with Judah Egbo out. He's been one of the main deterrences for him.
Yeah. It's going to be Titan ball. Leland will find Mason Patrick, who will pass it out to Luke Fisher. Mason's shot off, and Life Christian will take the ball back up the court.
Mason Patrick really is not the tallest guy, but from the way he plays, just way bigger than his friend. It's very impressive to watch.
Number 2, Norwood's shot will be off for Life Christian. Luke Fisher will attempt a 3, in and out. Life Christian will get the rebound. Three-point shot off for Shakari Hines, but they will get the offensive rebound. Get another attempt. Minute left in this first half. Life Christian definitely looked to waste some time. We'll take another 3-point shot. This one is going to be made by Clarence Harris III. He's in 8th grade. So, wow. We got Life Christian has an 8th grader on this team, and he's in the game playing. See, you see it at the pro level as Alex Jenkins' shot will be good. You see at the pro level, these kids coming in and younger each year, and I think that's being reflected in high school as you see these, 8th graders who are out on the court against. If you're in 8th grade, you're 13, 14 years old. Then we know Trey Ferguson and some of the other seniors on this team, 18, 19. So the confidence that these young guys have coming onto this high school court, their ability to get on as Leland will bobble a ball, and we'll go into the halftime. Score right now is Trinity Episcopal 22, and Life Christian will have 28. We'll have
not a terrible half for the Titans, but we have some stats here from our guy David Jennings, and it looks like Alex Chakin's leading the way for the Titans with 7.
It's going to be followed up by Luke Fisher and Davion Brown, each with 4, and then Mason Patrick and Leland Coleman will have 3. So just 5 players on the score sheet for the Titans. Coincidentally, all of their starters.
I think looking at the stat sheet also, we can just see how physical Life Christian has been so far. A lot of their points have come from number 4, Judah Egbo, who's just been able to bully his way in the paint around Leland Coleman.
I think Amari Gray, number 15 of Life Christian, his presence has definitely been felt. As he has 8 points so far. So we're going to take a quick break, but before we do so, Ben, I was wondering if you had any thoughts about that first half. Probably not the way the Titans would have liked it to go, but still got a good amount of time left, and interesting to see how they attack it.
Absolutely. I think the number one thing is just going to be to stay composed throughout this second half. There was a lot of franticness from the Titans offense. On defense, they've been very solid, holding a very good high school varsity team to only 28 points in the first. Not a bad defensive effort at all. But just the offense needs to slow down and take some deep breaths. How about you?
No, I think the second quarter was much more high scoring. We saw both teams still in single digits in the first quarter, and Life Christian almost at 30 points, Trinity at 22. So the scoring has ramped up a bit. I think both teams have kind of eased back on the full court press, and we're seeing that, and the score starts to go up. So we will take a quick break. We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. So stick around, grab your popcorn, and be ready to watch the second half of Titan basketball. All right, we are back with them with some second half action of this game. As Trinity is currently down 5 points to Life Christian Academy. Starters back in, so.
Sorry if there was no game sound from that first half. Our producer Daniel Adams is doing a great job.
And I think one of the things we saw in that first half is Life Christian be very physical. I think obviously both teams were physical, but them especially, and it stifled the Trinity offense. They're probably going to resume that full court press and keep the Titans on their toes, and we'll see how the rest of this game plays out.
Absolutely. All the mistakes made that led to this deficit for the Titans were very fixable. I think Leland definitely can be very strong, and he just has to make a concerted effort to do so.
Shot miss. Luke Fisher is going to bring the ball up the court for the Titans. Pass to Davion Brown. This pass will be intercepted. Number 30, Amari Barnett, will be good for 2 points as the person will jump to an 8-point lead. They've now got 30 points. Mason Patrick, shot blocked, rebound by Davion Brown, and his layup will be good. Good job by Davion, staying in that play and getting a good rebound.
I mean, I think what we've seen so far in this half is remain true from the first game. It doesn't seem like Life Christian can really guard Trinity one-on-one, but the transition opportunities for Life Christian have just been too much for the Titans.
They're oftentimes putting 2 players on the guy bringing the ball up the court, as Alex Chaikin's shot will be good for 3. And I think we've seen probably at least 5 turnovers by the Titans going up court,
Exactly.
which has not allowed them to get set, get the ball to their 2 best shooters, Alex and Luke, and they're currently down. So that style has worked very well against the Titans.
Yeah, the half-court sets for Trinity are great, but they just have to be able to get into those, like we were saying.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Good rebound by Alex Chaikin. And Leland Coleman, great effort to block that shot. Luke Fisher get the ball. Mason Patrick's pass to Davion Brown. He's going to draw a foul. It's going to be the first team foul for Life Christian in the second half.
I think that's a lot of the physicality like we were talking about from Davion Brown, just being able to get to the rim and finish at a very high level. And if not finish, he's able to get fouled.
Yeah. 2 subs coming in for Life Christian. Number 3, Shakari Hines, and number 5, Brian Mitchell. Brian Mitchell, another 8th grader, so Life Christian has 2 8th graders playing on their varsity roster. Davion Brown will go one for 2 on his free throws.
Yeah, I think Brian Mitchell was actually playing in the junior varsity game as well before.
Three-pointer is going to be good for Life Christian. And we see that full court press there. Alex had 3 people on him, but is still able to get the ball out. Great pass by him to Luke Fisher, who looks and finds strike holes for a great 3-pointer. And the Titans cut it to a 4-point lead.
That's what you were talking about in the first half. Trey Coles is really one of the better shooters on this team.
I think because that ball
Yeah.
was I don't think it was solid possession. It won't be counted as a backcourt violation, but Life Christian layup gonna be missed, tipped off. They're gonna secure the rebound.
The
And
refs do the best they can. It's definitely not a perfect game.
number 15, Amari Gray's shot will be good. He's been, we looked at stats just before the break, and he's been on top of the top scorer for the Titans. And top scorer for Life Christian. Definitely leading their offense.
Yeah, his play has been very impressive thus far. Coach Baszler definitely is not happy about the open looks that Life Christian's been able to get, but they definitely can be cleaned up throughout this third quarter and going into the fourth.
Yeah. It's going to be, we didn't fail to mention them, but Life Christian going to take a timeout. They have 3 left, and the Titans with 4 left. It's going to be Titan ball. Life Christian with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, Life Christian has just not backed off on the press, and it is wearing on the Titans, but they've been able to handle it pretty well.
And it's worked for them so far this entire game.
Exactly.
Loose ball going to be recovered by Luke Fisher. Be taken out. Life Christian will pass to Judah Edbo. His shot will be off.
Good contest there by the Trinity defense. Good group.
Great take by Alex Shakin. His work that he's put in throughout this offseason has been incredible to see. It's, while still a little bit on the slender side, it's much more confident driving and not just a three-point shooter, which I feel like he was last year, and we saw that there. Just great play by him.
He looks slender, but he's sneakily very strong. It didn't come overnight. He put in
Shot clock gonna expire. First shot clock violation of both teams. We're going to see Talik Montgomery coming back into the game for Luke Fisher. We talked about Talik's defensive capabilities. A move by Coach Fisher kind of just stifle this Christian attack and relieve some pressure off of the full court press that has been very detrimental to the Titans' scoring attempts. Trey Cole's shot, gonna be off. Foul on Talik. Titans first of the second half.
That's a small negative for what a lot of these more physical players bring to training. They will get some fouls, but the positives of the energy they bring and the intangibles far outweigh those small things.
Number 11, Terry Prose, shot to be off, but Judah Edbo with the rebound and quick layup afterwards.
He's been a problem so far for the Titans defense.
And I think that's emphasized. We see, Leland's not on the court right now. He's the only one comparative in size. As well as Con Netzel.
I think after that first quarter where Egbo was pretty dominant against Leland offensively, he's made a very concerted effort to not let him get those good looks.
Great job by Talik there to force loose ball. Pass. Wow. Great job by Mason Patrick as he'll receive a pass from Outshaken and not only make the bucket but draw fouls. He's going to come to the line, hopefully get that third point.
Mason Patrick's been incredibly impressive for this Titans team. It's his first year at Trinity, and he was one of the biggest pickups for the Titans through this offseason.
I think his biggest strength, I think him and Davion Brown, two new players this year, is they're just outright athletic ability. You see Mason drive and his ability to create chance and give himself space to shoot, second to none.
It's the same. They have very similar play styles, but they're both not insanely tall. They're just incredibly athletic.
It's going to be a travel on Yuta Ebo. Originally looked like he was trying to get a charge, didn't get the call. Excuse me. Looks bit of confusion happening on the court right now. We're going to see. So it's still Titan ball, but as I was saying, Leland was looking for the charge, didn't get it, got back up, and still put a great defensive effort on and ended up in Titan ball.
Yeah.
Leland's pass out to Davion Brown. He'll take the ball up the court.
The Titans press break has been doing a good job this game, but when they're pressing, there's always going to be a few turnovers that come with it. But along with that, the defense of like Christian, they're going to get tired of it.
Travel committed by Rick Coles.
It's been a good quarter so far for the Titans. They've nearly cut the lead from, I think it was 8 at halftime to down to just 3 here. So it's been very impressive so far.
Harris' shot for Christian going to be off. Titans will get the rebound. Davion Brown is going to bring the ball up. Davion's shot just missed. Pass. Going to be a little bit too much for Terry Procise to get. And great job by Trey Cole. Going to put that layup in. And the Titans now bring like you mentioned, the 8-point lead that Christian had going into halftime, and now it's down to a 1-point lead with just about 20 seconds left in this third quarter. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Luke Fisher.
Those ticky-tack fouls are very interesting. We were very physical game like this just because that most certainly was a foul, but it's hard to call that, I think. It's been so clear game so far. A small bump like that says Luke Fisher, a huge part of turning the offense out as well.
Shot clock now off. About 5 seconds left. Three-pointer is going to be good. So, Christian now going to go into the fourth quarter with a 4-point lead. They are currently up 42-38 over the Titans. Ben, I've got to ask you. You're Coach Blazer. What are you telling your players in this huddle as they look to regain the lead and win this game in the final 8 minutes?
I don't think I can use all the words he actually will, but I think a lot of what he's saying is just that this game is still very winnable for them. They have themselves in a good position after being down big at halftime, and now they have the opportunity to close it out. They just have to execute what they've been doing so far and look to finish out the game without many mistakes.
Yeah. Agreed.
What are your thoughts, Ryan, on that third quarter there?
I think it was just, I think Titans gained back momentum. We talked about them cutting the lead to just 4 points. And I think it was at 1, and then Terry Procise hit that 3-pointer to bring it back to 4 points. But I think the Titans played better. I think their offensive passes were better. I don't think the full court press got to them as much, and that allowed them to get more open lanes for them to get drives. I think Trey Cole's got a 3-pointer or two. Definitely helped put some numbers on the board. Good. So just a quick update on stats, just for the Titans, because I'm not sure we have time. Davion Brown with 9 points. Alex Chaikin is going to be leading the way with 12. Mason Patrick with 6 points. Leland Coleman with 3. And Luke Fisher with 2. So thank you again, David, for helping us out with stats. We really appreciate it, and it adds a lot to the broadcast. And the fourth and final quarter of this game will get underway. Starters once again back in. Consistency starters. Wow. Great shot by Alex Chaikin. Corner 3. Going to cut the lead back to 1. Good defense by Luke Fisher. Yep. Jaden Jeffrey, his pass to Judo, who throw it back to Jaden and pick up the layup in. Good job by him.
I think that's just a lax every time defense. Just better sweep off of the top.
Got to give credit to Life Christian there. Great job by number 21, Jaden Jeffrey. He's going to get a piece of that. His momentum is going to take him out of bounds, and the Titans will retain ball, but he's going to stop any momentum that they had. 2 players cutting back to receive that inbounds ball, Mason Patrick and Luke Fisher. Luke Fisher is going to collect it. As you see Davion Brown with the ball now. His pass to Luke Fisher. Going to go all the way, and Judah Egbo will throw down a dunk, extend the lead to 5. It's going to be a foul by Life Christian. I think that one was on number 25, who, once again, I apologize. We don't have a name for him. But he's been playing to great defensive stops. Going to be Titan ball and some confusion. The official going over to the score table briefly, but nothing really seems to come of it.
I was worried for a second as a moving speed on the side.
Lincoln providing space for Luke Fisher. His shot will be off though. Amari Gray for Life Christian, trying to slow down, get his players to move around a little bit.
Wow. Great defense on Mason Patrick. And that's what we're talking about. Just him and Davion Brown, especially on this team, just 2 physical, athletic guys, and they've been.
Gonna be Mason's pass. Luke Fisher's pass gonna be tipped, and then Mason Patrick tried to recover, but he was not able to, and in doing so, ended up forcing the ball out of bounds. Ooh, good effort by Mason Patrick, and great shot by number 15 Amari Gray, as he's gonna force an and one. He's gonna come to the line.
I think that's a good call by the ref, but the only complaint I would have about that is the play right the shot right before by Life Christian had a lot more physicality, but I think that's something that could be called a makeup call because the ref knew he missed the first one, so he had to just make it up with that call.
So Coach Blazer gonna take his second timeout of the game so far. Both teams now at 3 timeouts each, with just under 6 minutes left in this game. The Life Christian Academy currently up 48-41, so they've got a 7-point lead. We've seen that lead that they gained, I think, initially and have kind of held on to for the most part. And there's been either one or two quick lead changes, but for the most part, they've been in control of this game, and they've extended the lead that the Titans cut to 4 points heading into this fourth quarter, and they've extended it out to 7 points now.
A while ago, I think near the first quarter, you talked about the timeouts that each team would have, and Trinity's done a great job of maintaining a good amount of timeouts for this close fourth quarter.
And Ben, feel free to correct me here, but I don't believe there's been. I think Trey Coles came in initially, but other than that, there haven't been any Titan subs this entire second half, really. And I know for the fourth quarter.
For the fourth quarter, there was none. There was two very early in the third quarter, but Coach Glazer stayed consistent with this one.
And we're going to see Amari Gray hit his free throw, extend the lead to 9 points for Life Christian.
Complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Alex Schick on the ball. Titans definitely going to look to him to hit a couple three-pointers to close the gap. Jump ball. Luke Fisher. Give it up. And we'll see Talik Montgomery, and of course, we just talked about how the Titans haven't subbed, and they proceed to put two subs in. They're going to take out Mason Patrick and Luke Fisher for Talik Montgomery and Trey Coles. And Talik, we've highlighted his defensive capabilities. I think Coach Glazer really wants that in right now. In order, not only do you have to get the lead back by scoring some points, you need to stop Life Christian from scoring. And Talik is going to be a good player to do that. Life Christian is going to get a quick bucket there, extend the lead to 10. I think largest lead of the game so far. Trey Coles pass out to Leland Coleman. Leland Coleman is going to get called for a charge, so his shot will be no good.
I respect if the ref calls it, doesn't call many fouls in the game, but you can't change it based on the quarter.
The Titans now in a full court press. They're going to get the ball out to Judah. Travel. The Titans are going to get the ball back, implementing that full court press that Life Christian Academy has had, and they've played that to great success, and the Titans looking to replicate that as they're down by 10 points now with about 4.5 minutes to go.
I mean, Judah Egbo was a huge factor in the first quarter, but he gained 5 of his 7 current points in the first quarter. And Leland Coleman and the Titans defense as a whole has done a great job of kind of cutting off his water and limiting his touches. And when he does get touches, the last 3 times have been turnovers, either through up and downs or travels.
Davion Brown. His shot will be blocked.
For such a young player, Davion Brown has a very, very high basketball IQ.
He's going to be firing out by the Titans as Life Christian Academy will take a 12-point lead with just over 4 minutes to go. I mean, I don't mean to be harsh, but the Titans have got to pick it up. These last 4 minutes are just going to be absolutely crucial for them. They've got to get some big stops and then go the other way. I think you need to look, I think especially to Alex Chaikin to hit a 3 or 2. You need to look to Luke Fisher's playmaking ability, and I think finally to Mason Patrick's athleticism, just to kind of to get some good points.
I think that's absolutely true, but you just, not a knock against you at all, but you just have to be careful when being down in this sort of deficit. This is still a lot of basketball left to play. It's not imperative that you start making a ton of threes as long as you just get stops and score one possession at a time in one way or another. That'll give you success.
Okay. Great point. As we see, Luke Fisher taking the ball up the court. It's going to draw a reach foul, so it's going to be Titan ball.
I think Luke Fisher is really the ideal point guard to run this Trinity offense. He's a very physical guy, insanely high basketball IQ, and he really doesn't make many mistakes.
Davion Brown's three-pointer off the mark. And another three-pointer made. So like Christian, they're going to go to a 15-point lead now. See Luke Fisher, his shot going to be wide. Rebound by Alex Chicken. Great job by him. It's going to go up and around.
That's a lot of what you were talking about, Ryan, in terms of Alex Chicken and his in terms of his improved strength and his driving ability. Last year, he certainly would not have been able to do that.
Alex Chicken, deep three, just off. Rebound by Judo Agbo. Shot missed. And the Titans, Alex Chicken, another good one. I know he's not your traditional rebounder, but he's gotten several in the last couple of minutes, I think.
He has.
Three-pointer by Brian Mitchell going to be off. And we're going to see Mason Patrick coming back into the game for Trey Coles. And it looks like Trey Ferguson for Luke Fisher. I think the Titans now looking just a pure aggressiveness.
Absolutely.
And they need, they need that to get this. I think that's why they put Trey Coles back in. I mean, Trey Ferguson back in for Trey Coles. Good save. Great job by Alex Chicken maintaining possession. And his shot will be good. 2.5 minutes left.
If you're a shooter, that's one of the best things that you can improve on is just being able to pump fake and just take one dribble and pull up. That makes all the difference.
Going to be a foul on the Titans. Both teams currently sitting at 5 teams fouls in this second half, so I don't think the bonus will come into play for this game. So we'll see number 30, Jamari Garnett, take 2 shots with 2:22 left on the clock.
Not to complain about the refs too much, but since it's been low fouls for both teams, I think it's perfectly fine. But it's just interesting that in a game this physical, neither team is really going to be in the bonus for the end of this game.
Agreed. First shot is going to be off the mark for Jamari Garnett. Look to make the second one. He will make the second one. With Luke Fisher out of the game, it's like Trey Ferguson is going to be bringing the ball up the court. We'll see Mason Patrick. Great. Saw the lane. Took the opportunity. Great job by him. Titans. See Leland full court pressing. Great job by Leland. He's going to force the turnover. It's going to, excuse me, sorry. Leland's going to tap the ball. It's going to go out of bounds. It's a live Christian ball, but a great effort by him. You see him go all the way from, I think, 3-point on the side, opposing side, quick back and force a stop in play.
Yeah, the press got its goal.
Great play by Live Christian. Great screen by number 11, Terry Process. Goaltend?
Goaltend.
Yep.
Goaltend there by Judah Agbo.
Yeah. probably pretty easy to do when you're 6'8" to goaltend. I can imagine. He probably does that quite often. I probably would too if I was 6'8".
The Titans resorting to looks like no, just man-to-man press still. I thought they were going to come out in a diamond press, but they're staying one-on-one.
Mari Gray's 3-point will be off. Titans in hurry up, trying to just get the ball down the court as fast as they can. They've got to make some crucial stops and then some big points quickly. We've got a minute 22 left in this game.
It's winnable for the Titans, but going to be a long shot for sure.
Yeah. Alex Chicken's pass to Mason Patrick. It's going to go back out to Chicken for a deep three.
Ooh, there we go.
Great shot by him. And Coach Blazer's going to call timeout. 9-point lead for Life Christian.
It's gonna be a full timeout for the Titans, so they're gonna have a while to take their breath and maintain their composure.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was saying back down to a single-digit lead for Life Christian. Alex Shaken hitting a great three. I think we've said many times his ability to make threes is second to none. I think David Jennings shows that Alex Shaken has 20 points. So the Titans sitting at 52. He's been phenomenal this game. I think he's had 3 or 4 great drives, but other than that, just 3-pointers nonstop. He's missed maybe 1 or 2.
I mean, but
you can't argue with his shooting ability. It's phenomenal. He's one of the best shooters I've ever seen.
The key to his scoring does rely on the driving. At a certain point, people are going to pick up on your great 3-point shooting, and he's been able to resort to other aspects of his game, and that's how, instead of having 6 or 9 points, he's sitting at 20 points.
Ben, do you think the Titans start fouling? You think they need to now?
Not down 9. No, I'd be very surprised if they did, but
Like Christian, definitely going to try and waste some time. Oh, Trey Ferguson going to commit a foul.
yeah, it's some of his football players in here. I was worried that could be a flagrant there for a second, but luckily it just remains a common foul.
It's going to be the Titans' 16th foul. Ooh. Trey Ferguson again with another foul. 2 quick fouls by him. I gotta be honest, not what they need right now. They just need to.
No, I mean,
fouling is different, but the ones that are being committed by Trey, it's not what you need. 2, arguably, it could have been much worse than just regular fouls.
absolutely.
And now Life Christian is going to be in the bonus. They're going to come to the line. It's going to be number 5, Brian Mitchell, taking the shots. His first one is good, and it will go to a 10-point game. Just over a minute left. We'll see what the outcome of this second free throw is. And Brian Mitchell will make the second one, so Titans have a minute to get 11 points. Long shot for short.
Yeah. There's been shooting substitutions for the Titans. As you see, Trey Coles came in for Talik Montgomery, and that's to try and cut this lead down to win the game, of course. Titans inbound to broken up by number 21.
Going to be their
Jaden
ball.
Jeffrey.
Going to be Titan ball again. Who do you look to in this moment to make those big plays in this final minute?
I would truthfully trust Luke Fisher as we see his.
Luke Fisher's shot is going to be off. Mason Patrick's first shot was off, and then his second shot will find the mark, and Titans will foul. So
yeah, this is where the Titans are definitely going to start fouling, and I think I was wrong in my first call of saying it wasn't time for them to foul. That was what Trey Ferguson's intent was on that almost tackle foul, but hopefully, for Trinity's sake, Live Christian misses these free throws, as we see right there.
A chance. Titans gonna.
Wow.
Oh. Alex Chicken with a great effort. Unfortunately, his shot's gonna be off, and looks like. Oh, excuse me, foul. So, looks like number 30, Jamari Garnett, going to come to the line for Life Christian.
Yeah, it looks like still manageable, still possible for the Titans, but it's going to be close.
Fisher. Deep three by Luke Fisher. Going to be off. Alex Chicken with the rebound. His shot will be good. Timeout, Titans. Titans have 56. Life Christian has 63. 7-point lead, 13 seconds.
This is where imperative, like you were talking about, this is where the three-point shooting guys like Trey Coles, or maybe not actually. It looks like the bench is going to be coming in for Trinity here.
Yeah. So I think you got 13 seconds left. Yes, you've cut the lead back down a little bit, but with 13 seconds on the clock, it's just going to be a huge long shot. You'd have to get probably 2 threes, and then you're sitting on 6 fouls, so maybe you draw a foul somewhere in there. But again, huge long shot. I think Coach Blazer realizing that is probably out of reach, so he's going to bring Cameron Lindo and A.K. Keith in for the first time this game.
And the Trinity Titans are going to have a huge away game Friday versus the Collegiate Cougars. And it would, of course, unfortunately, if Trinity comes away with a loss, as it seems like they will, but being well rested for that collegiate game is very important.
I think focus will quickly shift. Davion Brown will commit a foul on Amari Gray. So 12 and a half seconds left. With, I think, Life Christian's leading scorer. As, I think at this point we look ahead towards the game on Friday versus Collegiate. That game, I think unlike this game, will be highly attended. It's at Collegiate. That atmosphere, I think, will be very similar to what we saw in here on Friday against St. Chris. Crosstown rival, Collegiate, I think probably behind Benedictine, the biggest rivalry that Trinity has, at least.
Yeah, the St. Chris Benedictine Collegiate. Those are the top 3 sorry, but the starters are back in for Trinity. Luke Fisher misses that 3, and I think that'll do it for this game.
So the clock is going to expire. Final score, Trinity Episcopal 56, Life Christian Academy 65. So it's going to be a 9-point victory for Life Christian. Definitely not the result that the Titans wanted. I think you struggled initially facing that full court press in the first half. I think that didn't let them get as many shots as they wanted, and I think it showed. We're going to look at the point totals.
While you look at that, just real quick, I think kind of what you were talking about, Ryan, just as Trinity struggled out the gate against the full court press, their physicality sort of lessened, and that's when the game sort of got away from him.
All right, so in points, we'll start with Trinity's points. Alex Chaikin will have, sorry, this stat sheet is pretty hard to read. Chaikin had, is that 24? Alex Chaikin, 24-point game from him. And then we'll have Davion Brown with 9, and Mason Patrick with 8, and then Trey Coles with 3, Luke Fisher with 4, and Leland Coleman with 3. So, you know, Chaikin, huge game. Only 6 total scorers for the Titans. Your 5 starters, and I think your 6-man Trey Coles with 3. So, Chaikin doing the brunt of the work. Shifting over to Life Christian, we've got number 15 Amari Gray leading the way for Life Christian. It looks like he had 19 points, I believe is what this is saying. 19 points for Amari Gray, and
Yeah.
he'll be followed up by Judah Ebo with 10 and Jaden Jeffrey with 9. And number 25, again, we're very sorry we don't have a name for him. He had 6 points, as well as Terry Procise with 6. So I think more balanced effort coming out of Life Christian, not relying as much as one person. We see a lot more people on the stat sheet for them. And I think that was kind of the difference. The Titans really needed Chaikin in that game. He's the only one, and he's the only one in double digits. And the Titans couldn't get anything else going offensively because of that full court press that Life Christian put into place.
Absolutely. Really not a terrible game for the Titans. I think you take the positives of this game and then you get ready for collegiate while talking about improving on the negatives, which is very manageable, but it's going to be important for that big game.
So, as we said, on Friday, game at Collegiate, going to be an important one, Prep League, big rivalry. Any final thoughts on this game or thoughts as we look forward to the game on Friday, Ben, before we close up?
No big ones. Just, I think, basically exactly what you were talking about. A more balanced effort by Trinity would have made a big difference, but the extended minutes that all those people had to play against a high press definitely contributed to their fatigue, and just as it was a very close game until going into the fourth quarter. So I think that Trinity really just got fatigued and the game got away from them.
For sure. So that's going to do it for tonight. We will not have any other boys basketball games this week. So we'll probably, I think do we have a home game next week? I think
I'm
play
sure we do. Yeah.
Woodbury at home. Don't quote me on that. I take that back. I'm not sure. I think we're playing at home next week. We will get you guys in. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.